Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Edgy Blades, and today I have for you a very awesome Tucson. Now, I ain't gotten away from getting Tucsons for a while, but I do have some respect for some of the quality that comes out of there, for the material, and just the incredibly insane sharpness that they put on their knives and so forth. I really haven't had any duds, not to say that there aren't any out there, but that can go with any particular knife. The one drawback with Tucsons, unfortunately, is that they're hard to come by. I mean, you can maybe find one floating around on Amazon or getting in a bidding war on eBay or so forth, but I gotta say, White Mountain Knives, they come through. They got a heck of a selection on there, and I would say arguably the one of the better prices that you can get out there, especially if you want to use my code. But aside from all that, this here, as you read, is the TS408, and this is designed by Keanu. It is 14C28N steel. I happen to have number 157 for whatever that means. Got the TC4 titanium alloy handle here, and that is on both sides. And what's nice is this is not a frame lock, but it's an actual liner lock, and a very nice one too. It's got some nice jimping there, perfect lined up and so forth. But this blade, it does have a similar type of opening mechanism to, say, a Spyderco, with the exception of having this flat point right here, which I think I kind of prefer. Just the way it comes out, it just feels good. And this is riding on ceramic ball bearings, and it's a heck of a really, really solid, great knife. You just feel it as soon as you get in the grip. It's got nice ergonomics to it. Nice little cutout there for getting to the liner. There it is. Titanium backspacer. This is what appears to be right side tip up only carry with a really excellent clip that just does not get in the way at all. Yep, you got the lanyard there for the lanyard lover, and pretty decent jimping right here too on that ramp. So it does mirror some nice qualities from, say, a Spyderco. And I gotta be honest, Spydercos have been getting a little bit out of my budget. Not to say I don't have a few and won't ever get another one, but this here, for what you're getting, is actually cheaper than what you would be paying for a Spyderco in most places or most models. Right now, you can get this here for $89.99 on White Mountain Knives. Throw in my code of NCN, that's 10% off. It coming to $80.99 for a titanium 14C28N and screaming sharp blade. I mean, hair popping. Let's see. Can I do it? Yeah. No problemo. There's the proof. Yeah, that's nothing. This thing is a super slicing machine. I've really fallen for it. I've carried it for the past couple days, and I'll give you the specs. Right now, this goes for 8.39 inches overall, and yeah, I'd say it's a pretty fair assessment. I did see some different sizing on Amazon, but the sizing that's on White Mountain Knives seems to be pretty accurate. Blade length is a 3.46, and I'd say about a 3 3/16 of an inch cutting edge on it. Yeah. And blade thickness is 0.146 inches, so it does come down to really, really nice thin grind on there. It's got that full flat grind and excellent what do you call it, stonewash on there. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the stonewash you would see on, say, a Kaiser or so forth. But whew, look at that edge. And they have this additional grind right here. I want to say like the Kasaki, like a sword or something, but that's on both sides. And yeah, it's very, very sharp. And let's see, I was still going over the specs. Handle length is 4.8 inches. And let's see how we're doing here on thickness. That is under a ½ inch. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I am seeing under a ½ inch on that there. So probably about 0.48 inches. And the weight on it might turn off some, but it ain't turning me off. It's only 6.14 ounces. When you're considering that nice thick titanium one there, it really is not really making it a pocket anchor at all. I gotta say, if anything, it just aids to it feeling very, very solid, like a tool, kind of like what you would feel if you get your hands on, like, say, a Chris Reeve Sebenza. It just has that type of really nice feeling. You got this pretty awesome 5-line milling here on both sides, and yeah, you got very minimal hardware to deal with. And sure, when you do get a Tucson, it's going to be covered in oil, and hey, I'm all for that. It just preserves it. A simple wipe down, and you're good to go. You really don't have to take this thing apart if you don't want to. But if you have to, get yourself a decent tool to do it. But aside from all that, it does have like a crowned type of blade right here. Let's see if I can get that to focus a little more. And nice little swedge. And a decent sharpening choil. But, whew, man, the sharpness on there. What? You wanted me to cut a piece of paper from my butt cake catalog? Well, sure. Okay. Allow me. Yeah. That is no joke. I'm like just using the weight of the blade to just do that, and yeah, it's ridiculously sharp. I'd have to say arguably one of the sharpest knives I've gotten out from just manufacturing sharpening in a long time. It's just overly impressive, and that's saying a lot, but the edge just gleams, as you can see, and it's much nicer to see in hand. But I can't really say I'm ever going to be able to afford to want to buy a Spidey chef or something like that. But when I saw this, it kind of reminded me of it being that titanium and that nice, beefy blade there. And this, it's got relatively smooth action with the ceramic ball bearings. You got the nice lock up there. Yeah. I mean, it's just a home run, and sure, you can Spidey flick it all day long. As a matter of fact, this Spidey flicks even better than some of my Spideys. It's on those ceramic ball bearings, and I'm loving it. Is there any milling? I don't think so. But you know what? I'm not complaining. This feels great in my hand. Does it feel great reverse grip? You better believe it. As a matter of fact, the way that divots just goes comfortably where your index finger would lay, and you still got a little bit of room there so you're not right up to that choil. But the whole thing is just, it is a home run. Totally digging it. You want to see what it looks like compared to some other familiar knives out there? Sure. Got the PM2, and yeah, it's a little bigger than the PM2. So handle width is about the same, or thickness I should say. But yeah, Spidey 2 is no slouch for size, but this definitely has it, just beaten a little bit. What, you want to see a bigger Spyderco? Sure, why not? This is the S35VN Resilience, an excellent knife, and it's just a little smaller than the Resilience, but granted the Resilience is a pocket sword, it's a big one, so, but I would say you're still getting almost as much real estate of handle there with it, but this knife is so big, it kind of is a little too much to carry sometimes, or at least make me want to. And let's see, here's another popular Spyderco. This is the Manix 2 with the CTS BD1 blade. And yeah, this is a great knife. I would say arguably maybe about the closest comparison out of those different knives. And I would say even so for the cutting edge. But this is a better belly to it, the way it swoops up. Although this is an amazing slicer. The jimping on this is not necessarily as sharp as the Manix 2, but it's still got enough grit to it, whereas I'd say it's borderline perfect. Yeah, it's stopping just right up. And sometimes those ramps that go up here, sometimes they're a little too high up, and it's just not comfortable, but this is actually just so naturally comfortable. It's just, they really did a great job with this one. So those are those comparisons. Let's see, here is the very popular Sencut Serene, and as you can see, very good size comparison. So yeah, this is aluminum, but great knife. That smooth action just gets me every time. So there you go. That is it. This is the TS408, and you can get these, again, they do come in different variations. You can get a multi-color titanium handle with what they call a different steel called YJ01V1 steel. That one's a little more higher end. Maybe that's like somewhere in between I don't even want to lie and say, but that goes for $134.99, and let's see, with the discount, it's like $121.49. Again, that discount is NCN, so feel free to use that. I don't get nothing out of it, just trying to hook you up. And there is also from what the picture showed on there on White Mountain Knives, it's like a darker blue, kind of multi-blue titanium handle. Same steel, but like at $183.99. It's very pretty. It's like a cobalt type of blue for the anodizing that they did on it. But I kind of just like this here. I mean, it's got that same kind of dark gray kind of look that the Spidey shaft, or like say a Sabenza or other knives, like super high-end, high-dollar knives go for. But this is under 90 bucks. And 14C28N, they know how to do it. TwoSun knows how to do 14C28N steel. They have it rated at 59 to 60 HRC, and I can believe it. I mean, I've got plenty of their knives, and I'm glad I took a chance on this one. Because again, I'm not going to ever spend multi-hundreds on like one of the Spydercos that kind of resembles this, but I can get this here. But you know what, your mileage may vary, as TNP would say, but it's a great knife. So if you want to go ahead and venture to get one, you know where to go. Again, that's $89.99 with the discount. NCN on White Mountain Knives, it's $80.99. This same knife, if you want to get it off of Amazon right now, is going for 116 bucks. So there you go. There's you can get a little better deal on White Mountain, especially with the discount code. And it only took 3 days for me to get it shipped to my house for free. So that's another nice Benny of using White Mountain. But yeah, this is a super knife. It's got great acoustics to it. Feels good in the pocket, great in the hand, and it's a slicing machine. And there you go. This is the TS408 Tucson, and it's designed by Keanu. And I'm Edgy Blades. If you would like, comment, or subscribe, it's much appreciated. Let me know what you're wearing in your pocket today, or what knife that you would like to maybe see me do, and hopefully I can scrounge up the bucks to buy it, because these are all my knives. They're not given to me by any company. This is my bucks. This is my addiction. I'm sharing with you. And there you go. I'm just trying to just spread the good word about the great stuff that's out there when it comes to knives. And that's about it. Hope you liked the video. Take care.